There is a kind of church that the devil is happy with. In fact, some people all their life don't know what church looks like. They've just
to be coerced, to lose every sense of sweetness towards a person, towards a cause, to become sharp. Sharp not in the, not as precision, but sharp to mean something that can cause injury. You see. When you are hot, you just want justice. And sometimes it's not just justice, but vengeance. A pound of flesh. There's this book we read then, I think Merchant of Venice. One of you have read that book before? All right. Okay, Merchant of Venice. You want a pound of flesh. And in many cases, and this is the fact, in many cases, the offender is not even sorry in many cases. You see that? In fact, the offender considers it for you to think it's a privilege for him to hurt you. I remember one time there was going to be a program around our city. We have our facility in Ibadan. Every now and then we give it out also for a rent. People want to have event. So I heard this is a Christian event. So I said, let's give it to them free. They paid. When I heard, I said, no, return their money to them. But in the course of it, an equipment worth over 16 million naira was spoiled. So I said, just reach out to them so that it can be repaired. Then the person's response was, you guys should consider it a privilege that we even use your facility. Let me tell you something. The reason why you have to take it to your own soul is because not all men are reasonable. You must understand that. Not all men are reasonable. You can't afford to... People hurt people because they are in pain themselves. How will anybody who is normal take a girl and rape her? The fellow is not fine. How will somebody who is normal bring out a gun and shoot somebody in the head? The fellow is not fine. How will somebody who is normal be rude? Sometimes these actions are ways people use to ventilate. A way of giving everyone around a measure of the pain they're already running with. You need to feel what I feel. The policeman whose salary is not being paid regularly wants the citizen to feel it. When you drive and they ask you for money as a gentleman, you fail to give as a gentleman, say park. And sometimes I just want to know I can waste your time because the person too is not what? Fine. What about in a marriage? Married with someone who is a perpetual offender. One who doesn't see anything good in you. Will even insult your family. How do you forgive people who don't stop offending? I've been dragged on many occasions and called many names, but I really don't mind. If for the kind of testimony we heard her share today, again and again, I will do this. I don't care what the arrows are. To think somebody was on the bridge and just scroll through Instagram and there the message was, And it takes born-again Christians to say that he's a motivational speaker. I'm fighting a battle right here. It is not in my place to even present anything to you. Let's read that Hebrews 12:15 again. And I want all of us to see it again. Hebrews 12, verse 15. If you're there, say amen. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, go. Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. So bitterness is best killed at its root. And I'll tell you how. Someone say, what about the ones we grew up with? The things. You know, sometimes I put out something. I see people come to the comment section and speak like the junior brother of Jesus. You know, this life, don't just do this. Let's just live the right, that is holy life. Let's just do this, that. Do you know what rejection is? Do you know what it means to go through life and there's no one who has mirrored acceptance, including your own blood? Do you know the tendencies that comes with it? That in many cases, bitterness is not about forgiveness first. It is about healing first. You have to heal. And many times, let me tell you this, to heal from the trouble a person has caused you, you have to create distance. And that's what many don't want to hear. You have to create distance. Sometimes you have to walk away. Let me say this. There are marriages that I am sorry cannot repair. And as a pastor, I insist that it should not be repaired with I'm sorry. There's a need for people to sit down and ask questions. Why are you doing this to your wife? Why are you doing this to your husband? Why did you say this? Why did you say that? Don't let me jump into dysfunctionality. Because there are people who don't even know what it means at all, what people go through. Their emotions is numb. For your own sake, move on. It is not for their sake. The one who is locked in prison, the one who is crying, the one who is shedding tears, the one who is feeling it is you. There are people who are too battered to even know that you are bruised. They are hurting you, but they too, they are not fine. Their life is also meaningless. Don't allow any root of bitterness spring up in you. I want to give very simple but practical ways to handle bitterness. Number one, separate yourself from the cause. Write it in capital letter. Separate yourself from the cause. There are families that you have to, as a child, travel far from. In fact, you cannot even have a good marriage if you marry from that home to your own spouse's house. You cannot have a good marriage. So there are places that you have to first go far. Huh? Are you with me? And be treated. If you put somebody in a cage where there are snakes and the snakes strike, you can't treat the person in the midst of the snakes. You take the person out and remove the venom. Love is a commandment. The distance was not specified. So there are times that you have to love from afar. I love you, but proximity will injure both of us. I'm not saying don't restore fellowship. I love you sincerely. But if there will be someone that will rise from this home to change the narrative, it cannot be somebody who is a part of the problem. So there are times to detach. People just talk about things. People shall, mouth now is mouth. There is the way you comment on an issue. You have just said, let me go through what they went through. So when next we make a post about it, you keep quiet. Say, see, me, the way I am wired with forgiveness. No, that's natural. There are situations that will exhaust that natural one, that you will now need divine strength to know what we are talking about. See, me, I'm naturally a patient person. That's my nature. I don't cause trouble. Have you seen where they exhaust patient people? And something speak within you. After 1 hour, you say, was I the one who just... When the Bible talks about Galatians 5, the fruit of the Spirit, love, patience, gentleness, none of those things is a natural fruit. It is the fruit of a mature, regenerated spirit. It is that gentleness there. It's not that one that I don't used to talk in class. That when they write noisemaker, they don't write my name. That's not the... you follow what I'm saying? That's not the gentleness. Oh. Let me not talk. Let me tell you this. You can... Even Joseph, that his brother sold, the guy, the moment God lifted him, he didn't say, go and look for them. Not because he was a bad guy. There are times that you need time and deliberate approach to heal. Then there can be restoration. This kind of restoration is not a 5 seconds thing. No. And let me say this to you. If you are going through healing process and you are sincerely praying to God for your mind and soul to heal your emotions so that there can be a restoration of affection in certain places, the fact that it is taking time doesn't mean you are a bad person. Sometimes the depth of the injury is deep. But make sure between you and God, heal. Are you following what I'm saying here? You can imagine let's say for instance, a father ate his daughter, ate her so bad. Now the girl is married and the hatred won't still stop, or the boy now. And you are finding a way to still bring that same toxic mentality and inject into this home and scatter it. No. There are times that you have to say, I love you sincerely, but distance is a must. Let me tell you something. For some of you, preparing for marriage is not just preparing in character. No. Preparing for marriage is to treat certain family members that there's a gap. There are some of you, if you don't start building that now, your home will become worse than the dysfunctionality you grew from. It is you growing up and every blessed day of your life choosing to live by example. This is the boundary. There are homes that mother-in-law came for Omugo, and that's the end of peace in that home. Just one statement, they never knew peace again. There are times that distance is a must, but love is compulsory. Is that okay now? See, let me tell you this. Don't overrate yourself. No, I can't take it. I can't take it. No, that's how you have been taking it, and now you have gone bad. The whole thing you are taking is become cancers in your heart. You are not fine anymore. You are not Superman. You are not Superman. Detach yourself. Heal. Come back. And there are times that where to come back to is bad, so we'll keep it from afar, but I love you. When we get to heaven, we'll both find out how we love each other, but we cannot. Are you following what I'm saying here? Forgiveness is a must. But there are times to start with what? Distance. Number 2, shut the door to every unnecessary knowledge. Let me use that word. There are certain knowledge that is not necessary. There are things you don't need to know about. Apostle Lazarus, you need to see there's this man of God that hates you so much. It's none of my business. Maybe what I've not really heard people say they hate is water. You don't need certain knowledge. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need certain explanation. Let me explain. Let me say my part. No. Even your explanation will trap you. Look at what the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, chapter number 26, verse 20. Proverbs 26, verse 20. Look at this. Can we read this together? 1, 2, 3, go. Where no wood is, there the fire goeth out. So where there is no talebearer, strife cease. Can you give me this in Message translation? It will shock you. Message. Now look at it. 1, 2, 3, go. The fire goes out. When the gossip ends, the quarrel dies. Sometimes you know too much. And it's a sign that you too, you have a problem. You are searching people's phone to see what have they said about me. What did they type? What was this person saying? What does she feel about me? Well, usually that is because your self-perception is weak. And your self-esteem is battered. So, let me tell you this. There is a way you feel fly when people praise you. The devil is also aware that you can be destroyed through criticism. Oh, Apostle Lazarus, amazing man. Amazing. It's your business. Because my topic tomorrow can deal with you. So it's your business. It's your business. I just like him. You better be careful. You better, no, it's the truth. So even myself, I'm not sure what I think about myself like that. I just like him. He's so cool. Be careful. Because we are dealing with fundamental issues. If you are found as a culprit, the message will deal with it. Oh, yes. I've seen women hijack my teaching and use to scorn men till the day I face women. Any system that you see strife inside, somebody is empowering gossips. And you hear them said this, they said that, this one said this about that, this one. You cannot live your life like that. There will be pain in your house. One of the things God has taught me to deal with my heart, listen to what I'm saying, is to be careful what my conclusion is about people. You cannot be bitter towards a person until your conclusion is bad. So when people are doing things, the devil is trying to attack your conclusion. He's trying to give you perspective about the person. The moment you conclude this person is bad, there's nothing good the person can do again. And you believe. Sometimes we believe gossip about people because the gossip seems to partner with our hatred towards them. Somebody that you already hate. Let me tell you something. If you are going to live a life as one who carries God's glory, you must guard your heart. The Bible said, not with a part of diligence, with all diligence. That is, it is important what enters. It is important what can form perspective. It is important what can color your view. It is important how you see people. It is important. There are times I wake up in the night and I keep telling myself, this person is a good person. I don't care. This person is good. This person is good. I will walk with this person. This person is nice. This person is kind. Because, listen to what I'm saying. The root, the seed of thought is words. I need to speak to myself to hear it. For my mind to know that I refuse to partner with the devil in believing that this person is bad. Before you know it, every good people that can change your life has been walked out of your life. It is a pattern. It is a pattern where you see small things. Once I go see small things, I'm done with you. See small things, I'm done with this person. Small things, I'm done. Before you know it, there's no one in your life that God can use to help you. Be careful. Just cut off, cut off. There's something called emotional intelligence that you have to learn to build coping mechanism with people. Are you following what I'm saying there? What did I call it? Coping mechanism. You will have to inform yourself. Oh, nobody will do it for you. That I choose to see this person as good. If not, the little party you have will be over in no time. And you wonder, why can't we greet each other again? Sometimes the problem is not even the issue. Sometimes it is the gossip that follows. What makes many relationships irreconcilable is not even the matter. It is those who are cashing out on the matter. Those who have been waiting for this matter to come. And let me tell you this. Anyone who gossip to you about people will gossip to people about you. It is a matter of time. A gossip is a gossip. Today they have this side, tomorrow they have that side. Somebody said when you sell your neighbors cheap, even the buyer won't trust you. They should not trust you. Are you following what I'm saying here? Somebody, maybe you just went to meet Pastor Mimi and say, Pastor Mimi, you won't believe. Oh. Say what? Say, Apostle, we need to see what we saw. Let me share a story with you. I don't even know. I heard it. I can't remember who shared with me. Somebody who took a husband-to-be, took the man to the family house, said, this is the person I want to marry. Everybody celebrated, oh, you are welcome, our in-law, blah, blah, blah. Later, that night, our closest friend messaged the guy, are you aware that the girl you want to marry has a child? Is that the person you want to marry? The guy said, describe the child. Male. How tall? This tall. The guy said, thank you, that's my child. Who are the people you have lost in your life? Not because of what they did, but because of what you heard from a talebearer. That's why I'm see, our world, people are more brutal than the devil. God forgives, but we say the internet doesn't forgive. Who are those on the internet? People. If God brings out somebody from nightclub now, that they know this person as somebody who is a professional, whatever you call it now, and this person is out and serving God, who are those who first cause the person now? People. The same people who need forgiveness will not give it. God brought somebody. Let me ask you a question. Let me check your weight. If somebody comes out now as a pastor and say to you, I used to be a gay, but now I've repented, can you disciple the person? And say, the kind of people I've discipled, the worst case I've dealt with somebody who is dealing with immorality, but this one now, You see that now. While you need the forgiveness of God, there are people you have also concluded that are irredeemable. It is the nature of our world. And we bear tales about, there are people who right now are almost miserable, not because of what they did, but for rumors people are spreading about. Do you know that guy? Do you know that guy? He's such a very stupid guy. You need to hear him once to know how notorious he is. He's one of the worst human beings I've met. And so I say it's true. Check what happens to your heart when you hear people say things about other people. Check your conclusions. If your conclusions believe that those people are so, without hearing their parts, number one, that is one of the acid tests of foolishness. It is one of the what? Acid test of what? There are people who want to a girl, they like the girl until their friend comes to say, that girl, we have slept with the girl. Then the same friend likes the girl and go and marry the girl. Be careful of talebearers. Be careful of getting information about things that is none of your business. There are people who are so inquisitive. They want to know what everybody is saying about them. What are they thinking about me? What did she say? The moment they say somebody has something to say about there are organizations that have been destroyed with talebearers. They employed one employee who now have rumors about everyone just so that the person can take their position. Let me tell you this. Nobody can successfully gossip in your organization until they have seen that you have low self-esteem. Every gossip cash out on your low self-esteem. Because for you to believe what they are saying, the gossip will have to first massage your own ego. I have seen that you are a good master. I've never sat under a boss that is as kind as you. You are just a suit. And say, if not for yesterday night, you need to hear what I saw Nick saying. What they said you are. I was wondering, is this my boss? This is the man I've served with. I know him to be a good man. Right now, the man is thinking of how to write a resignation letter and tell the girl to resign for something that he has not seen the sign in her life. Are there no homes that have been destroyed because of what you now believe an outsider over your own spouse? Somebody said, we saw your wife, this, that. Say, my God, I know she's a very useless woman. And when people see that you don't really love your spouse, they will destroy your meat. You both of you the more. They will. They will come in, they will ravage the both of you and mess you up. There are people who need to divide your home to spoil it. They wear your talebearers. When you take away wood, the fire goes out. If you remove gossips in any environment, the strife will cease. Be careful. Number 3 now. How do you deal with bitterness? Forgive. Forgive. This is this is a very sensitive word, to forgive. Everybody lift up your right hand and say, I forgive today. So, Pastor Tumishe, please come. So what does it mean to forgive? Nakale, please stand behind him. I want to release the anointing. Now, look at this. Is your pastor, if he falls down, business. So let me show you what it means to forgive. I want to release the anointing. So I'm going and intentionally, I bruised him. You see that now? He looks at me. Can't you see what you have done? I say, that's the business of the king of your village. Go and tell the king of your village that I pushed you. Nonsense. Get out of my sight. To look at this person and say, just go. That's maturity. It takes having a divine nature to have the opportunity to retaliate and choose to say, go. That you forgive doesn't mean you are weak. It means you understand something the offender doesn't understand. Listen to what I'm saying. That you forgive doesn't mean the offender has changed. That you forgive doesn't mean the offender has repented. That you forgive doesn't mean that the offender will not repeat it. So I see stories like, how do I forgive a man who keep hurting me? Let me tell you something. If I come this first time, like I did the other time, and I push him, he falls, stand again. I come again the second time, I push him again, he falls. I come again the third time, I push him again, he falls. Who is the fool here? Him. You know why? You must get away from the level where you can be emotionally reached. Let me tell you what that means. What that means is, if you will not stop doing this, I choose to outgrow you. How do I outgrow you? Keep doing what you are doing, but you will not meet the same puppet who will go back and cry. I now understand that you must have a problem to be like this. Somebody is talking to you and talking you down in a way that wants to bring up pain and poison from you. You must learn to see the person for who they are. This is what you want to bring out of me, because I know if you are too much in pain, you will not see beyond the smoke screen. Talking down, talking you down. Do you know how foolish you are? How stupid you are? How condescending your behavior is? How this, how unwise, how blah, 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 blah. This is what you want. That I will always sit down here and sulk and cry. You want to have a man or a woman who is deranged and broken. Since you have refused to change, I'll get out of that zone where you can do that. Come back and talk again. But it's not the same old me you will meet. You are still saying the same word. There comes a time that, let me tell you, people who curse and talk people down with words, what hurt them the most is to see that you are not hurt. Are you not the one I'm talking to? You mean all the things I'm saying? You are looking at me as if a dog is barking? What are they saying? I'm pressing a sensor, trying to get a rebuttal, an emotion from you. Why are you not giving me? You used to be my prophet. I know the key to press, and you break down. If they will not stop pressing that key, refuse to break down. Every time the person, you know what they're about to do. You know what they're about to say. Talk, say things, painful things. Outgrow them. I shared my story with you. A woman who has hurt me the most all my life called me for 16 minutes, was raining curses as a teenager. I was saying things. I removed the phone from my ears and placed it on my bed. When she was done by herself, I'm sure she must have said hello, 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 hello. Network on, I don't care. She ended it herself. So I called her back after about an hour. And I said to her, I know the reason why you are shouting. And I know the reason why you are talking and saying the things you are saying. I said to her, you are afraid of me. Yeah, what do you mean? I said, you are afraid of me. I said, you know that the hand of God is upon my life and it will lift me up. And you are afraid that I will remember all the things you have done since I was growing and I will afflict your children. But you don't know who I am. I love you and I love them with my entire life. The woman broke down in tears. That is what it means to take your emotions away from reach. Outgrow them and you see that they are children. I know with all these things, someone is saying, but this person must answer his case before God. That is between him and God. But guess what? The same way you repented, understand though, the same blood that saved you is on ground to save him. And it is in God's interest that he will not go to hell. Are you following what I'm saying here? So that you will not say, I forgive you, but I'm waiting for you in eternity. Say, I forgive you, but I will see him burn in hell. So one day I'm going to stand at the bosom of Abraham and see him cry for water. My brother, you have not forgiven. You have not forgiven. Let me tell you this. Forgiveness is not complete until you no longer want the person to go through the kind of pain you went through. It is a deep matter. Think of the biggest pain right now in your life. All the things you remember that followed you from your childhood stage down to adulthood. The statements they said about you. How they said the shape of your head was. How they called you a witch. How they called you different names. How you went to a pastor who prayed for your family and singled you out and said this one amongst your children is a witch. How one particular uncle that the family trusted will open your clothes at night and try to touch you. Remember all those pains that affected the way you perceive men, the way you see life, the way you see people. Remember, put the offender side by side with the pain in your mind right now. You know one thing about the mind is, whatever it is you think about, the flood of emotion that comes with it comes also. So you look at that person, you are boiling in your heart and saying this year has gone by. Everybody still call this person daddy, but nobody knows person the predator. Put the person side by side now in your mind and say, through Christ that strengthens me, I forgive you. The person may still call following day and say, useless child, how are you? The version of me that will be hot died yesterday. Are there forgiveness that comes with tears? I tell you, there are forgiveness that takes weeks. You will cry, so you will now begin to see how deeply rooted you are. Have you seen where somebody has boil and they are trying to get out the pus? That is how it is when you are trying to get out pain from your mind. Something really bad is going on there. You say, Apostle, there are people who are not worthy of forgiveness. You forgive them not because they are worthy of it. You forgive them because you have to forgive them their trespasses, even as your Father who is in heaven forgives you also. When will you be free from that prison? They are not the ones inside, it is you. Unfortunately, many of these people are so insensitive that every blessed day, they don't even think about your existence. And they still go about hurting others. You get out of that prison for your own sake. Today is Mother's Day. And I'm going to take my time to pray for mothers and for potential mothers. But if you know, listen to what I'm saying. If you have an idea of what people have had to endure, a woman is there knowing that the husband is eating on her best friend, and the best friend will still greet her, knowing that the husband is trying to sleep with the younger sister, and she keeps it in her heart, knowing that the man is trying to do this, and she's wondering. You say, how do I forgive such kind of man? This man has made me a bitter woman.
There is a kind of church that the devil is happy with. In fact, some people all their life don't know what church looks like. They've just